It's here, it's finally happened. Starfield just got its biggest update yet, with an absolute ton of bug fixes and some pretty major improvements. This update has actually been out for a while now, but only for Steam beta testers, and now that the full update is out for everyone, we know that Bethesda have actually added in even more improvements than what was in the original beta test. So first things first, the animation fixes. Now there's only two things here. They fixed an issue where player characters' eyes remained closed instead of blinking in third person view, and addressed a rare case where small animation pop-ins could be seen in third person. So not a whole lot of fixes there for the animation side of things, but it's still some pretty good stuff. When it comes to creatures and enemies, they fixed incorrectly invisible creatures on some planets, and also fixed an issue that could occur on some enemies, causing them to stand instead of falling to the ground. I assume they mean after you've killed them. And then we can move on to crews and companions. They fixed two more issues where crew members and companions positioning near the cockpit of your ship after fast travelling to said ship, and also fixed a possible control lock when talking to companions without entering dialogue while simultaneously trying to exit your ship. Okay, I never had either of these problems, thank God. But then we move on to the general stuff, and this is where it just becomes a list of just fix after fix after fix. And we just get a huge listing of a ton of fixes, basically. Now, I will just go over them as fast as I can. I'm not going to go over all of them, just some of the ones that I think are the most important. So they addressed a crash that could occur when changing from full screen to windowed mode for PC players, which is huge. They fixed an issue that prevented Windows player users from saving if their username featured certain characters, which is weird. They fixed rare save game corruptions, fixed another issue that could lead to a control lock or a crash after loading a quick save while in the targeting mode. They fixed another issue where the body type was apparently resetting to default when loading a new Starborn save from the main menu, flickering on Neon's trade tower elevator panel, improving the crowds of NPCs, along with so many other bugs. This update has fixed over 100 issues, so I'm obviously not going to sit here and just go over, every single one of them, because we would be here for like 3 hours. But the lighting and graphics are definitely one of the most shocking things. I sadly don't have any footage of this because I'm an idiot and forgot to push record this morning, and I don't have time to jump onto Starfield right now and get more footage. But the graphical side of things have massively improved. Like, the game seriously looks 10 times better than it did previously. Planet rings now create shadows, eye and skins on crowd have been improved, water reflection has been improved, shadows themselves. They've fixed flickering issues with lighting, fixed shadow popping, improved all sun lens flares, fixed hair flickering, and again there's just so much other stuff on this list. The full patch notes will be in the description below if you want to read it all for yourselves. Again, I won't go over everything, otherwise we will just be here all day, and nobody wants to hear me talk all day. Seriously, it's just amazing how much they've fixed. Like, they've fixed a ton of these Starborn power bugs, quests, and random encounter and outpost building, skills, weapons and items, and so much more. There are currently over 100 bug fixes from this one update alone, like I just said, and this is the start of things, guys. Bethesda have confirmed like 3 times now that they're committed to updating Starfield roughly every 6 weeks, and this is just the first update of many. Over the next few months, we are going to see more bug fixes, quality of life improvements. Please, for the love of God, give me unlimited storage for outposts and homes, and possibly even DLC very, very soon. And yes, you heard me right, we know that DLC will probably be coming in the very, very near future. We know that Shattered Space is of course the first Starfield DLC, and that it will be releasing at some point this year. And if you ask me, I think that we're going to see and hear more about this DLC within the next couple of months, because it just adds up with Bethesda's usual DLC timeline. Now, one of the last things I do want to say is I am just so over the moon with how Bethesda are treating Starfield. The consistent communication that we've been getting, along with how hard they're working to make the game as great as it can possibly be. I'm currently switching between 3 games at the moment, Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3 and Palworld, and I'm loving these games solely because the companies behind them are consistently communicating with fans and putting out updates and promising to bring new things, and again just updating the game like consistently, and it just feels great as a consumer to finally see some devs doing things like this. because I feel too many times do we get a cool game release, but of course it has problems like every game does on launch, and they just never get addressed, or they just get mediocre updates and then the game just gets dropped and left behind. And I'm just happy that the 3 games that I'm playing the most right now, and will probably be my top 3 most played games of 2024, seem to be doing the exact opposite of that. We are getting constant communication, constant updates, and I could not be happier. But anyway, that will do it for me today. There's no need for me to make this video longer than it has to be. If you enjoyed the video, I kindly ask that you leave it a like, and of course consider subscribing if you do want to stay fully up to date with everything Starfield, along with plenty of other single player RPGs. You can also join our Discord in the link in the description below if you want a cool place to talk about these games that we all love. Lastly, as always, a huge massive thank you to our channel members. The support truly means the absolute world, guys, so thank you so much for being here month after month. But with all of that said and done, I thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time. Peace.